Hello. Today I want to talk about subtractive drawing. So I'm going to draw a box. I'm going to try to make it big. Subtractive drawing is all about taking an existing shape and carving out different shapes from it. You're kind of like laying construction, then carving stuff out. Depending on what you do, a lot of things, depending on what you're going to draw, pretty much in all cases, you're eventually going to need to do this in some point. Because generalizing about certain things as larger shapes can help you get to the point of drawing more complex things. It's important to have a foundation of understanding the underlying form before you get to the certain thing that you want to draw. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that all the time. Sorry. I'm not saying you have to do subtractive drawing all the time, but it could be good in an ideation phase. Because, not everything is going to be perfectly fitted for what you want to make. Sometimes it may be really difficult to make certain shapes from scratch when you could start with something then carve it out a little, if that makes sense. And don't worry, because I am going to get there. In the most simple example, we always have the box. And I wish I drew this better. I'm going to try to draw... You know what? No. How about if I roll with it, right? So there's an old trick that you can do. If you divide the top plane, and I'm really stupid because this box is terrible and it's not going to work for what I want it to do. So please bear with me, and I'm going to draw another box and try not to fail at this. But I'm kind of glad that you can see my failures as I go, because I hope it kind of offers some people out there inspiration, because sorry, I'm really tired. But in short, seeing failure, it's important to kind of, learn from failures. And I feel like most tutorials, people have a ton of experience. I do not have a ton of experience. I'm trying to get there, but maybe it'll offer some guidance on how, as I make progress through my videos, I gain better drawing skills. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm going on too large of a tangent here, but it is getting late where I'm at, and my mind starts to wander. I'll probably get made fun of this in certain times, in certain days, but I do have a day job, and it sucks my soul out of me. So yeah, I don't live in a quiet environment. I hope to one day, so I can make more content and videos. It's a bit frustrating from my standpoint. Okay. This box is starting to look a lot better. I'm a lot more happy with it. Let's do that again. And again. Another one. Okay, we got a box here. I'm gonna clone it. And of course it appeared all the way on the other side of my canvas, but no, wait, no it didn't. No, it didn't. It's right here. I'm gonna copy that a couple of times. So we got a bunch of boxes that we can work with and kind of get shapes out of them. I may not use all of them, but I'll use a good deal. And I am so stupid because I forgot to add the other dimensions. Look at that. See? Always draw through your forms. It really helps. You don't always have to draw through your forms, but it could be helpful. There could be some cases when you really can't draw through your forms. Or like drawing through your forms would be using ellipses instead of straight lines. Like a box is a box. So, you know, box has 6 sides. So a box has 6 sides. And unless it's like a box that's like filled with a ton of stuff, it's not going to have any curvature to it. Okay. Look at that. And I'm just going to try to get rid of that crap on the end. I'm not looking for a pretty box. I'm just trying to get some stuff out of the way for this example here. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Box. We got a box there. Got another box. Another one. Another one. And I'm just going to what did that do? Oh. I only want to work on one layer. Okay. So we have a box here, right? Pretty cool. In the past, I would do things like let's say I wanted to draw a cylinder within the box. Well, I would try to make a circle that I'm gonna do that again. And I'm trying to make it fit, having such a hard time. I'm trying to make the circle fit and touch like there, 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 there. I'm trying to make it take up as much of the square as possible. I'm going to draw a shape above just to kind of show you how I'm trying to do it. You may have seen some of my other videos that I've done that, but I just want to make it like crystal clear to show you what I'm doing and try to take out the magic of it. Not too. I'm really trying to aim for some perfection here, but I'm not always going to get it. So I'm trying to make it touch all that. Well, there's kind of already an arrow here, but oh well, kind of like that. And that's what this ellipse is trying to do. Now, look here in this area. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try to make an ellipse that takes up all of that area. Damn, okay. Mistake. I'm probably not going to get it perfect, but I will try. I kind of got it, kind of went over, but oh well. And now I'm going to kind of connect it, right? Okay. Not the most perfect. So I definitely made some mistakes here, but I'm going to roll with it. So look, we have a cylinder within this box. So we'd subtract, we have a shape here. I only drew on one layer, but if you wanted to like just get this cylinder alone, and if you're if you're working in traditional, you would use trace paper, but if you're working in a program, a drawing program, it usually comes with layers that you can use. So you could have like had another layer that you were drawing on top of this one, and then you could have just like hid the layer to just get the shape that you wanted to draw. That's a viable method, I would say. And you know, because basically what we did was we carved a shape out of a box. I mean, a lot of people will say always start with a box for everything. I don't personally, I don't think that's good for everything. I feel like when it comes to items that are like for industrial use or like specifically man-made things, I would say using boxes is a requirement. But I feel like more with organic stuff, there becomes more of a curving flow. People may call it like a gestural flow. I think that it's important for that, and it's a bit difficult to accomplish with something like within a box. I mean, I have no doubt it's possible, but I feel like it's not always the best way to talk about it. Like, I'll put an example. Like, some people may say draw your heads in boxes. Like, if you're trying to draw a human head, I think that could be a good starting point, but sometimes I feel like it's kind of like taking away. I mean, I'm not a professional, so yet. I'm not a professional, but like, if you're familiar with like the Loomis head drawing method, a lot of what people try to do is they try to draw a circle, then I believe they say, what was it? I don't know, it was something like this. I can't remember it on the one, but you know, you kind of like drop a line down about a third of the way. I'm just doing this really roughly. I'm not trying to do this with 100% accuracy. And basically the idea is you're kind of like simplifying a skull. And you know, the whole purpose of that, like, there's a lot of nuances to every human head, so I think you're just gonna have to work with it. I think the benefit to like drawing that in a box, I think it's better okay, sorry, I started on my words. It's all about showing the direction, like the facing of the head, because if you could draw like a box from any angle, theoretically you should be able to draw a head from any angle. But personally, I think in that case you want to draw heads from every angle, because if you draw a head from every angle, I feel like that gives a lot more information. And I feel like you pick up on certain things, because like the human head, if you're drawing like a men's head, they're new, like every, or any head for that matter, there's like all of these nuances to it. Like nothing's the same, and I feel like if you try to do it with boxes, you're gonna struggle a bit. So if you have a reference, like try to draw that one from every possible angle that you can. I mean, I'm really just rough estimating it. I mean, obviously, like a head, there's like a lot of other things that you want to keep in mind, because there's like a skull and all that other stuff. This isn't perfect, but I want to think about like drawing a sphere within a box. So I'm going to look at this box here, and I'm going to try to do this, right? Now, it's going to be difficult. It's not perfect, because I have to like get this sphere to hit so many areas perfectly. I missed it. It's more of an ellipsoid at this point. Obviously the box isn't like a perfect one, but I'm trying to get it to touch here. I'm trying to get it to touch all 6 sides of the box perfectly, which is really difficult to do. But if you could do that, you would have like your sphere in the box, and there you go. You got your subtractive drawing right there. Now, just for a sanity check, I didn't do the bottom. I'm going to label it for you. I'm going to assume this is like the front, bottom. This is also like, damn it. I'm really sorry. I'm getting really tired. I'm this exhausted from work. I don't mean to complain about that, but let's just call this 3, 3. The back one is 4, 4. Wait, I messed that up. Wow, okay. No, let's call the back. Let's call that the back one. The top is, I'm losing my ability to count. I'm drawing way too many arrows for this. I was trying to show the sides, but I'm gonna say it like this side. This is 6, 6. So basically, I'm trying to make it hit all 6 sides. Kind of like bulges out. This is more of an ellipsoid. It's not like a perfect sphere, but it's more ellipsoidal. It's still spherical, which is the important thing. But yeah, I'm trying to make that sphere take up the entire box. But like, you have this corner here, this corner here, that corner there, 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 that corner there. If we just like got rid of those, we have our sphere, and there we go. We have our subtractive drawing. Look at this box here. I'm gonna get on the top plane. On the top plane, we have a point, and what I'm gonna do is from the bottom plane, I'm gonna draw a line to that center point. And when you do that, you have a pyramid. Like, if you can kind of see it, yeah, you have a pyramid. So like, you can draw a pyramid within the box, and then you can like cut off those two sections. There's a section here you can't see, but you would cut that off too. So yeah, we have a pyramid within a box. Another example of subtractive drawing. Look over here, and I am going to divide the top plane again to get the center point. I'm going to try it again. In this case, I am going to draw an ellipse on the bottom plane. And now I'm just going to draw 2 lines. And we have like a cone. If you're familiar with like a cone, a cone's kind of like this. Cone's kind of like that. I'm not doing that perfect. But like, look, we have a cone, and if you like cut off that section and that section, the front and the back section, we really can't see, but you get the point. You have a cone in the box, and you could just, we're basically taking that out of the box. Now the last example I'm going to show, it's probably going to, I kind of have shown it before in another video, but of course I'm going to show you. I wouldn't just make you watch another video an unrelated video to get it out of here. And dividing the top plane. Gonna draw like a line like that. Kind of a line like that. And it's important that these planes are, they're going towards the same vanishing point. And all of this and sorry, my box is probably really off, but I'll show you in a second where I'm getting at. Okay, so we have that. We're going to connect these 4 lines. Oops. And look at that. We have a box in a box, like boxception, like Inception, but like a box within a box. And, you know, I'm going to show you, like, I'm going to draw it right here to kind of show you what I did in a smaller form. I know it looks like crap, like I'm really tired. But, you know, we have the top plane. And I drew, you know, I pretty much, I divided the plane. And then I drew, arbitrarily, I just decided that, like, I'll draw a line here. And I'll connect it over here. Connect it over there. And here. And it's awful. But it's it's not even. I wish it was perfect. But this section here makes up like the top plane of our box within the box. So yeah, you can mess with a bunch of shapes to get that desired outcome. But sometimes, even if you like had a sphere like that, obviously it's not perfect for a head. But if you were to take one of our boxes, and if you were like to put this box, if you were to like put this in a box, you may get to a point in which, okay, but how do you put the more complex forms in a box? Because, you know, it's really hard to get it to fit. I mean, it's like not all of it may fit perfectly, and it's kind of like you're trying to jam in a shape that's not really there. Well, you could use subtractive drawing for that, but sometimes I feel like the way I learned is, you know, if you have a box, which, man, I really wish I had another box. I'm going to draw another box up here real quick. I should have copied and pasted another box, but I didn't. So if you did want to do, if you wanted to use subtractive drawing on it, you could definitely go for it, but I feel like you may want to use another method called additional drawing, which you would kind of like take an existing form and extend it, kind of like what I did here with the skull, or I believe it was called the Loomis method. But if you look at the box, you know, I'm going to bang out this box real quick. Thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate it. Don't worry, guys. This box is almost done. But, you know, you don't have to make it fit in the box. You could even draw like an extended box. Like if you were like trying to draw something that's more rectangular, you could draw like a rectangle box. Like it doesn't have to be this same size all the time. You can always vary it. I'm also drawing it in like a 3/4 view. You could draw it in like a front view, or like even like a view that kind of recedes a bit in 3D space. Like you don't have to adhere, like, you know, a box is a box. There's so many ways you could spin it. I guess when we think of a box, we think of, you know, it having 6 equal sides and not like a rectangle. But sorry, back to this box. So if you're trying to fit more stuff than one thing, there are like other methods that you can use. I am forgetting it off the top of my head, but I will remember it. Well, basically what you can do is you could like take your box. One method was, I forgot to draw the back side. Yeah, I probably should have done it. You have that and that, and if you draw a line to divide it like that, and you draw a line, if I can get this, if my exhaustion will let me, you got that, and you got that, and look, we have a box, and we like put a middle plane, and I should have done that more perfectly. I should have drawn another plane, like dividing up this one and that one, but we drew a plane through the center of the box, so we split the box in two. Now you may be wondering, there is a method to divide a plane into thirds. I will remember it if you just give me like 1 minute. I will try to remember it, because man, come on, I know the method. I know this. And I'll do it again. Okay, so we have a plane. Okay, I think I remember how to do it. It was something called like the rule of thirds, or something like that, and I think what you did was you arbitrarily drew a line and you made it hit the centerpiece, kind of like that, and you drew the next line going through the centerpiece, and then you connect those, and then you have it, you divided the plane into thirds. So if you were trying to fit like a skull within a box, using the Loomis method in general, I believe it said like that the top, like the sphere that you divide up should be I think like the chin should be like 1/3 of that. So, or like, this would be, the whole thing is 3 out of 3. This would be 2 out of 3. The chin would be 1 out of 3. So you can get it to fit by like dividing up planes within your box and then going further with it. And just to say, I drew it like that. I'm gonna draw one more plane for you right here. I'm gonna make it a little bit small, but I just want to show you that it works like in perspective too, because I just drew it head on, but the same trick for dividing into thirds works when you do it this way. Divide or subtract. Yeah, I'm dividing the planes. Oh no, I'm not doing that. Okay, ready? Got that. Oops. Got that line. Got that line. Connected. Okay, yeah, we were able to split it up, and I believe that's I mean, it's to split it up into thirds. I don't believe it's. Is it 3 equal sections? I can't remember, but it's basically dividing up into 3 sections. Obviously, they're not the same squares, or maybe they are. No, I don't think they are. But yeah, that's how you can apply subtractive drawing to your drawings. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. I'm always looking to expand my knowledge and make my tutorials easier. One last thing I do want to end with is that it's always good to have a reference. I think having even like a box reference would be good to work with. I didn't work with one. I just know the basic shape of a box. But I have an application called Thumbtastic. It's free. I'll put a link in the description, but I highly suggest it to improving your drawing, because I think using a reference is good. All of these methods, it's good to know them, but using a reference and breaking it down will be a lot better in the long run for you. And, I'm not saying don't draw from imagination, but I think the combination of reference and imagination is the way to go. But thank you very much for listening, and I appreciate you watching my videos. Thank you, and bye.